Garamagha, Chair. Evening, Minister. Minister, I welcome this bill and I wish to congratulate you on bringing it forward, particularly given its long gestation and the many false dawns. Higher education, as you know, is a serious business. It is critical to our economic, social and cultural progress. When you gather all the sources of public funding flowing into these institutions, it becomes very, very serious sums of public money. Our methods of oversight and accountability are not appropriate, Minister, and I said this to you in a previous state. They are not appropriate just not to keep up with the job of trying to keep tabs on our shrewd university presidents. Of course, we all want vibrant, independent and critical institutions, but other countries navigate these choppy waters of accountability and independence. I am still stunned at the cheek of the sector to use the largely public-funded purse to fund an elaborate marketing campaign recently, Save Our Spark, hammering home their cause for additional funding. It's hard to believe these claims, Minister, when they can drop €250,000 into such PR generation and promotion. As a TD, as I said before, I have no way of finding out about, for instance, UCD's exotic financial arrangements in the Orient. Do lecturers get top-up salaries, double pay effectively? Who actually owns the Royal College of Surgeons in Ireland? Or how can UCC afford €215 million for just 2 buildings? How much do they cost per square metre? And on what planet is that square foot cost value for money? Minister, the university's annual reports are junk PR. They're all sizzle, no sausage. Do university presidents have grace and favour housing with wine cellars, butlers, chefs and waiting staff? Their extravagance in the sector is the stuff of legend. Yet this year I will be asked as a TD to vote over €2 billion for that sector. And how can I know what I am supporting? What is terrifying is that collectively our 7 universities appear now to have borrowing of just under €1 billion. Presumably there is some recourse to the state here if these institutions cannot meet these debts. This is terrifying, Minister, because the university governance issues have clogged up the Public Accounts Committee with various issues for years. Time and time again, the HEA have failed us. They failed in their job of oversight. They have failed to properly allocate public resources in ways that best serve the public interest. Indeed, the HEA appears to allocate university funding based on a custom and practice model from before modern Ireland emerged. Failed in their job to make the sector transparent, failed to stamp out bad practice, failed to hold runaway university presidents and their wild expenditures to account. They have demonstrated, Minister, that they cannot be frugal, plus have a tin ear to the public, plus manage the social responsibilities that they have. They operate under the fabrication that they are financially independent of the state. A situation I understand is necessary to avoid their considerable debts hitting the national balance sheet. But that cannot be used as an excuse to avoid responsibility to the people of Ireland. That is why I welcome this bill in principle, Minister, and I commend you for introducing it. But I would advise you, Minister, of course, Trinity will have to be included in these measures. I know Trinity has a special place in the heart of this House. 3 senators is a remarkable privilege. The Trinity of historic, aristocratic privilege, established by toffs with ruffs around their necks. It cannot be parlayed into escaping the simple fact, Minister, that Trinity is now a modern institution of our Republic and substantially relies on public funding. That funding to Trinity is greater in measure to that provided to many other similar institutions. Patronage, custom and practice, as you have reminded me, Minister, is the worst reason possible to avoid good governance. I also welcome the fact that these measures appear to replicate those of the new universities, the technological universities, so as to represent a joining of the 2 sectors, so to speak. This House, and indeed you, Minister, have promised Waterford a university of equal standing along with the South East, and this bill appears to be putting the universities and TUs on a similar footing, which is a good thing. Today, at Leaders' Questions, This morning, actually, the Taoiseach told me that the South East TU was the signature investment that government will make in the region and the one that I should concentrate all my efforts on. The Taoiseach is certainly signalling significant investment for the South East TU. And I hope, Minister, along with this progressive legislation you are proposing today, that the quantum of funding you will be announcing for the third level South East TU will be as transformative as government has signalled in the House here this morning. The reform of third level education demands it, Minister. Ending the South East brain drain demands it. Political and regional equity demands it. I hope, Minister, that despite the progressive governance and legislation you are enacting and hoping to enact here as a result of today, we in the South East do not stand to be disappointed.